All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We will now be gearing up for our next fireside chat. This is going to be about bird's eye view, entertainment, business in India. And of course, who better than the ones joining us for this session? This is going to be once again moderated by Mr. Siddhartha Laik, founder and editor of IWMBuzz Media Network. I'm going to be requesting Mr. Laik to please come inside. Thank you so much. And he's going to be joined on stage by, ladies and gentlemen, clap it up for the one and only Yosuke Murai, Head India Dentsu Sports and Entertainment. Thank you so much, Mr. Murai, for being with us over here. What a pleasure to have you.
How are you, Yasuka-san?
Thank you. I'm fine and very much honored to be here, but at the same time, very nervous. Being a Japanese to be here.
You don't need to be nervous at all. I remember last time we met, we had a nice Bengali lunch.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Thank you very much for that.
And how's your little boy? Haruto, right? If I'm
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
How's he? He's here, settled.
Yeah, he has been here for almost like 6 months now, and he's getting used to his school and finding friends. I think he's better fit to Indian country now and the culture better than me, I think.
So, I'll just bring a little personal conversation to the table. I remember when I spoke to you that you have settled here from Japan now. Your family is here. And when I asked you, okay, how are we Indians? You said 2-3 things. One is that, sometimes we talk a lot, but we get things done.
Right.
And we are doing everything in the last minute. So now that you have started working in Dentsu, you have hopefully embraced the chaos a little. I understand from your community you are very planned and you do things structure-wise. Here it's a lot of jugaad, last-minute things that we do. So how's your experience been, coming down from Japan, working here, and finally doing some good work?
Right. So my impression, which you just explained, which I shared actually in like a few months ago, right? I think.
Has it changed? Yeah.
Well, actually, my answer is that it's not changed, even strength, right? So, but I found Indian people are very excited. That's why they speak a lot, right? And they work very hard. That's why I think they come in very last minute, but everything's be done at the end. So, as I see the dynamism, which is like India market has, which we lost in Japan now, I think that makes like a people's behavior very excitement, and they have so much endorsement or seriousness to what they do. So that's the thing that I did actually experience when I started work 20 years ago in Dentsu in Japan. But I feel that we have to retrieve that kind of momentum or power to accelerate our business or power in Japan. That's what I need to learn from India. That's what I feel that since I settled in there.
So I think you're settled in, you're working, and at Dentsu you have been working for many years now. You are at the helm of the overall entertainment business in India now. There's a lot of opportunity, there are challenges. Over the years, how have you seen the entertainment landscape change in terms of advertising?
So it's kind of like I'm not in the kind of position to talk about the changes in entertainment, especially in the Indian market. But listening to what speakers were talking about here, and also what I learned since I have been here. Oh, by the way, I'm here almost a year now.
Absolutely.
Right? So there was a lot of things I learned from the Indian market by doing the sports, by leading the sports entertainment business in Dentsu. So what I see is kind of many kind of similarity what happens in Japan as well. So there were so many kind of power in supply side used to be because of the scarcity of the media, right? So people could reach to their entertainment or whatever the contents through the TV, which is the main theme for today. So in this case, viewers or audience had a very little kind of choice or options to select. But now the power is shifted to more like a demand side or consumers or viewers. They have a choice, and then they can choose whatever the contents or entertainment where to enjoy those things. That's very similar to Japan. And what is interesting is that like when I joined the dentsu and started my career in TV planning, media planning for the TV media, it was like a kind of like a starting point of the internet or digital advertisement, and everybody was saying like a TV is going to be
Dead or
disappear,
it's,
right?
yeah.
20 years ago. Right. And again, it still exists very strongly in Japan as well. There was like a gradual kind of decrease in advertisement budget or market size in Japan. Gradually decreased like every year, like 1 to 2%. But from 5 years, it stopped. So it's stable.
It's stable.
In a certain amount. The other medias like newspapers or radio are going is still keep decreasing, but the TV stays at a certain amount. That's the phenomena I see. So that's why I think the one that is mentioned about TV is like a trusted media. So people think it is still trusted media, and also for the certain age of people still thinks like TV as a kind of like a trusted media. So I think again, even the viewers have a power. I think there are many choices for the entertainment. They don't care about which device or media to enjoy their entertainment, but the things more important is about the entertainment itself. So whatever the contents which is resonate to their values or interest will going to kind of be accepted by the viewers. So that's the way of the consuming the content changes in a certain way. Even it's very similar in Japan, either in Japan or India or wherever in the world. But again, these phenomena must be seen.
So you mentioned that there was a drop, then there was a stability, and it has remained in a certain way. And TV is a more faith-based kind of people look up to it. But how do you gauge the television overall ecosystem in India now that you have? I'm sure you're meeting clients, you're talking to them, you're looking at content, how advertising is shaping up. How do you see the overall television business coming here from a bird's eye view in India?
Right. So before I come here, I was also working one of this group company within the dentsu, which is like trying to be kind of digital transformation of TV advertising business. And what I see is that like still TV is kind of like a most variable and important media to start with, right? Though there is no like efficient media like TV in other media to get mass attraction. Maybe it must be same in India as well. But it's not the kind of like a discussion of TV or digital. It has to be always TV and digital, right? So TV is going to be one of the kind of ignition point through all the consumer journeys. So what is important is like maybe it's obvious for everyone, but it has to be integrated in their consumer journeys. So how are we going to kind of connect from TV to the engagement is important. So again, it was discussed here, the measurement from the starting point of TV to engagement is more important. So there is like a certain technologies or tool or products that we produce within the group that like in Japan, for example, there is a solution called Stadia, which is like attract and track the like a viewership from the starting point with using the like a data which we get it from the connected TV and getting certain data, and then we can kind of measure the conversion rate, who watch this advertisement, and then who converts a certain brand or product. So without that, without using the TV advertisement or TV, always the funnel gets like a shrinking. So, but whenever brands or like our clients started to use a TV, they see the kind of impact of making the increasing the funnel again. So when they feels that when they understand that, they always come back to TV. That's what I see the phenomenon that in our industry.
Okay. So in the Indian market, precisely, when you're meeting clients, you're meeting broadcasters, content creators, what are the challenges that you see and the opportunity, given the fact that you have great plans coming also? So what are the challenges when you talk to them, and what do you feel there's an opportunity also, specifically to the Indian business?
You mean in content?
In the entertainment business,
Right.
yeah.
So again, there is like many communities, and these, because now people have their own interest and they are kind of like social medias and everything, and making contents or like producing even like a small contents is becoming not like a special thing, right? So in this case, everybody, I have said, literally all of the Indian people becomes the content creator now. So in this case, when the professional creators or professional like IP suppliers joins this community, they have to understand the kind of value or the kind of certain rules that they have in that community. Without understanding these rules or the interest of that community has, that people immediately realize it's kind of like it's not fake, but it's very like
Not relatable.
constructive, right? So understanding these insights from a very very deep understanding of these communities and inside of the people within these communities is the most important things for the creators. That's what I feel. Otherwise, they will not be those contents will not be sustainable.
So you're mentioning there are many Indias in one India, so there are many communities that you need to cater to. So maybe no one plan or maybe no idea can cater to all.
I think that makes the planners very difficult, right? I think because even in Japan, it was like 20 years ago, it was very simple. Like media planning was very simple. Just put the own budget into TV, right? But it will not work like that way. I'm sure it's same in India now.
So what are the trends that you see are shaping up? Like there is TV, of course, as a medium. There are OTT platforms. There are micro dramas, reels. How do you see the trend shape up in terms of overall consumption of content and the advertiser shift in terms of the media planning that you mentioned about?
So I see kind of pendulum is always going like a back and forth. So like so now I think it's a kind of time or trend, like people shifting more their budget, like brands are shifting their budget to the digital side. But I think this will come back again to the TV side or even the offline media or maybe other media as well. So what I see the trend is that there are certain kind of experiment in the digital side, and then they find that some certain amount of balance between digital and other traditional medias. And then it will be consolidated by the technology and for the measurement as well. So gradually it goes back to the somewhere the balancing point. That's what I see as a trend.
So any specific plans that you're working at dentsu at this point of time after you have taken up this role? What are the larger objectives that you see in the domain, in the entertainment space, specifically under your portfolio? Anything that you want to achieve, anything that you are targeting immediately, long term? If you can share the plans, please.
Right. So as an advertising company like dentsu, what we think as a unique in regards to the sports and entertainment is that like we are not just giving a opportunity or no, offering the contents or IPs to the client as a kind of brand solution or communication solution. But we think, like as a head of sports and entertainment, our kind of vision for the sport as a practice is to be a kind of growth partner, content growth partner. So we want to kind of really want to kind of be a supporter for the content's growth for the IP holders and also even any kind of sports federation or anything, because we sincerely believe that like content's growth or IP growth is a necessary measurement for the culture growth, and also it is a kind of development. It definitely supports the culture development within the country. That's what we do in not only in Japan but in other countries as well. We help IP holders and also the federation to increase the value of their content. That's the same like same things I would like to bring into the Indian market. So we are very much keen to support any kind of IP or any kind of like entertainment to value up their contents.
So increasing the content value, that's how the advertiser ROI is more. You know, at IWMBuzz, we absolutely believe in the power of IPs. I mean, dentsu and IWMBuzz, we do the gaming awards together. We have more plans, hopefully, to do more IPs together. How do you see monetization of IPs happening in the time to come? What are the innovations needed specifically in the IP monetization space?
Right. So it's I think always hard question, right? Because but what I believe is like monetization always comes at the end, right? So what is important is
In India, it comes first. Show me the money, then the...
well, because of course we are doing this is as a business, right? So it's not for the, like just entertainment. But again, monetization is always important. But I think I always ask the IP holders or even any like a sports federation, why you are doing this, right? What this IP brings to the value to the Indian market. So if we cannot believe in the story or narrative that the IP has, I don't think they will be accepted by the market or audience. So the monetization point of view, as with a true narrative or not true, kind of like a narrative that we can believe, which is will contribute to the society itself, I think this will grow in any way. And then IP grows. I think this will expand it to other formats, right? Not for example, if the sports doesn't just only stays in the sports, but you will expand it to some kind of like a viewership, of course, and as an experiment, and even like nowadays it goes to like a gaming or esports or whatever. Even this becomes like a documentary film or movies. So those like expansion of the IPs, starting from the one single point, goes to diversified. This is the way of monetizing the IPs. So of course, it is important to make a plan very precisely, as we do in Japan maybe, but usually it doesn't work as it goes, right? So that's why I like the kind of like a speed and kind of way of the flexibility that the Indian market has, which we don't have in Japan. But just start it, right? Anyway, and then this will go this will expand the way of monetization. So, but again, I believe that right narrative or a right purpose is needed for the
right story, right narrative. Like we say, IPs are like babies; they take time to grow.
Right.
You have to have faith in them. A couple of more questions, Yosuke. How do you see the branded content narrative evolving in India specifically? I think, are you working in that space, or you think some good work is already happening? Anything on the branded content space, please?
Right. I think again we started like our sports entertainment like a practice last year. It's already started. Many brands working together with brands to produce original like branded contents by utilizing their brands or products. But what important is that like we again understand what the targets or consumers requesting or their requirements. So we are just putting the story or narrative by utilizing the brand's products or story into it. So in this case, they will just like consume this branded contents as a regular entertainment. Otherwise, they will again understand that it's just constructive for the brand. It has to be constructive for the consumers. So when we have a team branding or developing the ideas for the branded entertainment, when we have a conversation with a production company as well, we always come up with a story which resonates to the consumers' needs and requirements. That's the
consumer focused. Last few questions. What about influencer marketing? You know, it's huge. The spends are going up as per data. But there is also the debate of macro influencer. There's a question of authenticity, of bot viewership, reach. How do you see the influencer marketing evolve in India?
It is kind of very interesting to see the kind of so much growth of the influencer marketing in India.
Let's go to the entertainment business.
Especially, you mean? Like, right, because this still I'm learning phase, but what I think is that like, there is so much diversity in the culture and the language, even the kind of like a way of living in India. So every like 200 kilometers I go, I see a different language, different like culture, different food. So in this case, I think influencers have a lot of like kind of law into it. So when it comes to entertainment or whatever, I think they can be a kind of like a ambassador, local like a micro ambassador to deliver the like value of entertainment. So, which is a little bit different from Japan because we have like a relatively kind of culture all over the country, but in this case, TV has more like a law to do it. But in India, like such a diversified culture like India, I think again the role of the influencer is very important in that way.
You feel that the influencers can work at a more specific cohorts, micro level, to influence the community. How do you see Gen Zs evolving? So there's a term of Gen Zs. They're not watching TV. Their consumption patterns keep evolving, changing. Their attention span is very less. So any study on the Gen Z per se, how you're going to tell brands to cater to them in India?
So yeah, again, I think it's very same in Japan as well. So every brand, all brands has a kind of challenge to how they can kind of reach to the Gen Z, right? So because Gen Z has a very like a diversified and a different way of consuming.
Not easy to please.
Entertainment.
They're the spenders of today and tomorrow. So you need some kind of a plan to ensure that they are also part of the consideration set.
Right. So, but again, they have like their own interest, right? And they always like they can access to whatever they want to consume easily from their device, and so it's just there is no one way to approach them. So we just need to find where they are interested, and so we have to kind of carefully prepare all the entertainment and the contents where they exist. So for example, we are very much keen to bring in like a Japanese anime to the Indian market. So again, maybe it's very still small compared to the Indian market size, but the enthusiasm or like people who are dedicated to a Japanese anime, their like power of consumption, like a willingness to consume their money on those IPs are huge. So we have to kind of put the right contents or into it, and in this case, they will appreciate it. So again, there is again no simple answer to approach those Gen Zs, but to understand what they are enthusiastic about it.
So anime is huge, of course. It's catching up. So before we sum up, any final thoughts? Anything that you want to suggest, or say anyone wants to do, enter the sports and entertainment business at Dentsu, want to come and pitch you? Anything you want to say to them who wants to come and do business with you?
Right. Again, as I said, there's rapid growth in the Indian market now, and then a number of the middle class is tremendously increasing in Indian market, as I understand. So in that case, I think those people get more space to spend their time and money and for entertainment. So that's the big opportunity for the Indian market, and also that means for us as well. So there is more space to put all the for many kinds of contents, because as I understand, still cricket is a big IPs from the sports point of view, and the movies are sports a great entertainment for many Indians. But I think there are many other sports which is getting more popular and popular, and again anime is another a case coming after the movies people consume. So there are many other contents which can take over the people's space for their money to spend and the time to spend, even the gaming as well. So these are not only in tier 1 cities, but even tier 2, tier 3, which is again discussed at this here. We need to. There are a lot of space is producing, so we just want to bring in many sorts of the contents into it.
I think tier 2, tier 3, I think anime is big, esports, sports, entertainment you're focusing on. Thanks a lot, Yosuke, for speaking to us.
Thank you.
And I think you have immense clarity of thoughts, and I wish you well. And I wish you super success for all the plans that you have in Dentsu.
Thank you very much.
And enjoy India.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.
I already enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Can we have the token of appreciation, please, for Mr. Murai over here? Big round of applause for this fabulous session, ladies and gentlemen. I request Mr. Laik to kindly give the token of appreciation to all of them over here. Big round of applause once again, ladies and gentlemen.